Uh, Challenges, 5 years back, if I see, we had to install the OS manually.
Manually means going to the users and
Going to the users, or users coming to us like
mm,
OS is corrupted, or blue screen errors. There's kind of so many errors, so we had to manually install. And if any new hires are coming in
yeah,
for 20, we have to like make it ready for the OS installation, fresh OS installation. And
image
user, if
installation.
they yeah, if you get the username and password, we had to manually go inside the login and install all the applications what is
Mm,
required. Yeah.
okay, great. Anyone else wants to share a story being an IT engineer?
Yeah, so Vipin, I can share something. Like, so as I am in an environment which is totally work from home as of now. So basically we handle users which are in the US in our
Okay.
company. So they are the customer facing agents who are working on their PC inside their homes,
Mm,
and they get the calls on the PC, and that's how they work. So what we follow is, like, if there is a hardware issue with any system, or the tower or the mini PC which was received by the user is damaged, so that ticket gets logged into the service. Now we create a replacement. It goes to the vendor in US. There are two vendors that we have right now. So it goes to the vendor. Vendor manages the system, has the OS installed and everything,
okay, okay.
and they uh, package it and then they ship it to the user inside US.
So this is the current scenario you are talking about. I was asking that if anyone has have worked in past 5 to 10 years back, and if knows any story of any one of your friends also a story that how they have worked in the IT department previously.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
I got it wrong.
yeah, earlier what used to even still it is there in some companies that people come over the head of the IT engineer. They ask that uh, please install OS in my device. I am not able to connect to the internet. I am not able to log into the Teams. I am not able to log into Outlook. They say and number of things. They'll say that my files are also not getting backed up. These with these questions they come up, but once you are an Intune engineer, I am telling the benefits of an Intune engineer. Once you are an Intune engineer, there is no one, no user and user coming to us that I want this application to be installed. So and so things are not working. It's my computer.
No, I will slightly disagree, Vipin. It all depends in which organization you work, how structured it is.
No, yeah, it you are right, you are right. It totally depends. But here in office also, when I sit there, so people are here, means other engineers are also here.
Yeah.
The cloud engineers and the people, those who are working on the servers, so they aren't aware about the policies in tune and all. So they say that which application, कौन सा application push कर दिया है device पे, which application is there that is it is not behaving properly. So they come up and they question us, they mock us. So that's a different thing. But usually if you talk about the end users that you are managing, you might not face these type of questions, but in calls also you might face it. But if you have automated the things, you have organized the things well, so these questions will not come to you. If they are coming, you can directly answer, yeah, there is a document I have already drafted, you can follow that SOP, that document. If you need the training, I will give the training. So there is a service desk team in my organization where I'm working currently. So service desk team, we have provided the SOP, KBs, documents, all are there. We are reviewing that documents time to time and we are saying that these are the changes coming up, or if something is breaking, we are working on it and we are creating the document to fix that issue. And then the same scenario is being followed for the other issues and other devices also. So as an Intune administrator, I'm not facing these type of issues.
Yeah.
But
It is organization like for me, I'm in tune administrator, but and as well as M365, Exchange
mm,
Online, Teams, SharePoint, the whole suite actually.
okay,
I'm have to
okay.
go
So
on
there might,
everything.
yeah, there might be people working as an IT engineer in some school or small organizations
Right.
where, yeah. So in there, what they means they hire on the basis of that you should be knowing all the technologies. you are good in all the technologies, at least you can
Right.
manage the devices also, you can manage the users also, you can manage the application also. So they get a
Entire IT department, basically.
Entire IT department. Yes, I
entire
work
IT
on
department. Yeah,
vulnerabilities.
vulnerabilities also you can
Whatever
Hmm.
comes, they will
application also.
just ping
So
that. Okay.
let's talk about the story first, so that we have, at least we have the background understanding of it, how it is working. So they hire the people and they have to work accordingly on the things that once the user is coming saying that my office is not working, so you are bound to help the user with the office installation also. User is coming and saying that my IDP is not connecting. I'm not able to connect with the remote desktop. So if the user is coming to you and saying that I'm not able to connect to the remote desktop, as an Intune administrator, what you are gonna do that? Just an small organization perspective you have to answer. There is a small organization and one user comes to you saying that this is an IT issue. I'm unable to connect. Yesterday I was able to connect when I was there in office, but I went home. I wasn't able to connect to the RDP server.
Okay.
What type of troubleshooting gonna do that?
The first thing I
Um,
will ask, if possible, I'll take remote, rather guiding the user open command prompt and then check the VPN. If he's unable to
Correct.
connect, so check the
Yes,
VPN.
yes, yes.
If it is, because you just mentioned he's working from home,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so the VPN.
So these type of questions come means if you Abhishek, you have worked in everything, so you know
Yeah,
that
that's
what are the
so.
things,
I
what
did
are the
work
things to check
everywhere.
upon.
So
So people might be there means Intune administrator. They say I work with the Microsoft mostly. So there are things that we cannot understand or we cannot fix it. So there is a Intune Microsoft server from where the Intune platform, that is Intune is a web-based platform, not an
correct.
application. So it is managed by the Intune means Microsoft server. Intune server. So from there they check the logs and everything, they verify it, and then they suggest the options what we can do it. They also follow that same documentation, same things. So sometimes we also get the clash between words and comments, that why you are going to collect the logs and all. So they eat a lot of our time.
Right.
So I was talking about the troubleshooting thing. So network, they come up to us. What we have to do, we have to troubleshoot the network. In one click, the issue is fixed. So there is a VPN means if you are working from office, so your office network is already tunnelized, it is already configured, so you need not to connect with the VPN. But if the user is working on the Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi, so the VPN is not connected, you are trying to do the RDP, you won't be able to do it until unless that certificate is not authenticating to the RDP. So you
Correct.
have to connect to the VPN. So in one click, the issue is fixed. So these type of issues are mainly handled by the service desk in the big organization where service desk is there or help desk is there.
Correct.
So now coming to the help desk part, as Intune administrator has to do the help desk work also.
Yeah.
So how we are going to distribute that work among other engineers, and we are going to assign the roles to them. So there is one functionality in Intune that is called RBAC, role based access control.
Control.
Yes. So we are going to create the roles for the people, means for the engineers, service desk engineers or help desk engineers, or the local IT sitting at in other country, means they are sitting in other country. And if you don't know their languages also, sometimes people come and they speak French. Yesterday night I was there on a call till 1 a.m. For one SAP issue. So SAP was not opening the PDF, so they pulled the Intune people in the call. They were not aware that this is not the Intune scope, but they pulled the Intune people just to troubleshoot it from the Windows end. I was there on the call. They were speaking French. I wasn't able to understand the things, but still I was able to troubleshoot my part. I gave them the clarification that yeah, this is not related to Intune, and then I did my troubleshooting, checking the policies and everything. Okay, I made them comfortable. So sometimes you don't understand the language of the user, means user is sitting in another country, so you have to take the help of the local IT person, because local IT person might be knowing that language, might be not, might be, for sure he might be knowing the language. So you have to communicate with the local IT, you have to give the access to the local IT so that local IT can check the device, whether that device is there, it is compliant, everything, means local IT can do it. For that we create the RBAC rule for the local IT administrator. So there are required settings. So we discuss those things internally with the management, that what are the required settings that we can allow to service desk, and what are the required settings that we can allow to a local IT person. So those settings are being configured in the RBAC rule. RBAC rule is assigned to the people, to the users, those who are managing the service desk part or help desk part. Then they will be able to do that thing. So like this, we are reducing our workload with the help of cloud technology into. That was main agenda to tell this story. Now, coming to the device deployment, as Samuel shared the story that earlier they used to do the Windows patch. They have to prepare the device by themselves, one device at once, put the pen drive and then install the patch, Windows, and then install the image, then hand over it to the device. So for doing that, it is too hectic job. I have done that also, just to learn the things, just to understand that how hectic it is. So Intune has leveraged that. We have that benefit with the Intune, that we don't have to do all those tasks. We can automate the things from our end with the autopilot. So we can ask directly the vendor that I am ordering you 100 devices for so and so address for so and so users. You already know my tenant, as there is already agreement between the vendor and your organization. So your vendor will ask your tenant and everything they will ask. You have already shared everything. So what you have to do? You just say that I need 100 devices or 1000 devices for 1000 users. It is their address. You do the shipment. They can do the shipment for you at one place, but you can ask them to do the shipment. So there will be a little charge, not much charge you have to spend. So it is reducing the cost of the company as well. Then they will deliver the device to the user end, and from Intune you have set up your autopilot settings and enrollment settings, everything, every policy you have already configured. It means you are sitting ready, you are just saying the words and they are doing the things for you. So in being an Intune administrator, it is all about that how you make your work to be done by others. So I hope the Intune
That is a
administrators,
good one.
yeah, Intune administrator job is really a fun, what I'm enjoying till now. And I expect that if anyone is coming to Intune profile in future, so you are also going to get this facility. So there is no headache, much headache that you have to do. Anybody have anything to share or any question or anything?
Yeah, like in my company right now, the people that we have from server team, so there are only three key people, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a desktop systems engineer, then there is his manager who is based in Bangalore, and then there is a director who is in US.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so whenever we face an issue related to Intune, like error, it gives error 801800026 or 8018000A, something like that, related to registry or enrollments. So whenever we ask the help with the desktop system engineer that is in the server team, he only used to say only one thing: hey bro, just run dsregcmd /leave. And then he messages the other thing that seems to be a desktop issue. He never helped us like promptly in this
Okay,
case.
so once they run that command, the device is removed from the,
Deregistered, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Unenroll and then re-enroll. He used to say to
So
re-enroll.
there
So
is,
how do you re-enroll it? So join again?
Yeah, yeah.
join again, or you can collect the hash ID of the device taking the remote, ask them to share the hash ID via email, upload that hash ID in Intune, that is done. Then ask them to reset the device. So
But
that
DSReg CMD slash leave will not remove the hash ID. It will just
no,
disjoin
no.
this computer from the tenant.
It will disjoin the computer from the tenant. So it is
Right.
disjoined, then again they can join.
Correct.
So
So
that
how,
is
that's what I'm asking. How do you rejoin that?
So
Is
we
there a
rejoined
command
it
for it?
simply. No, no. We rejoined it like going to the access work or school
work
and
or
then
school
click
account,
on
again
connect
putting
and
the
then join through enter ID again.
So you sign in basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sign in,
Okay.
registering the device or joining.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
anybody have anything else to share? I see there are people sitting silent. So something is going to come from their end. Okay, so I think we are good here. What is hmm, it is still 20 minutes left with us. So I will just quickly cover one more topic that is regarding the deployment only. We have we had good time sharing the stories. So like this, we'll be talking. So if we will talk about the things, then we will understand that what is really happening in our back in the market, okay, in the IT market. So deployment thing, we have understood that how Intune is leveraging those things and giving you the facility to sit on a chair and enjoy your job as an Intune administrator. So you should determine whether a cloud-based solution addresses your deployment requirement or what requirements you need for a device and role. So this requirement comes from the management. The management will ask you to do the things. So you should be knowing each type of deployment, each type of requirements, how to fulfill that requirement. So we will be learning the deployment through autopilot, the deployment through auto enrollment. So auto enrollment, we are learning that is registration and joining, and I think we have a pretty good idea about that, how why we join it and why we register it. If anybody have any questions about that, so we will be taking those questions tomorrow because we will be covering uh, registration part fully and then intra joining part and what are the benefits and what are the pros and cons, totally pros and cons being an Intune administrator, what is the pros and cons for you and what are the pros and cons for the user. So whatever topics we will talk about or discuss about, so we will discuss both the things from the user perspective also and from the Intune administrator perspective also. So being to be a good policeman, you should know that how thieves work. Okay, means how criminals work. So you might have watched the movies that in the movies also police officer says that I have to think like a criminal to catch that criminal. So you have to think like a user also, that how user is going to think a person which is a non-IT guy. So we have to create the policies, we have to create the document in such a way. So that understanding is also really important to be developed. Talking about from uh, interview perspective, this is also asked. They also check your level of understanding, that how you gonna understand your end user. Okay, this is also very important to know. So whatever I'm speaking means not doing anything or not performing any action. So that is also important to listen and understand, because I know I sit with my seniors, those who are taking the interview for the candidates. So they ask me to suggest them the questions, good questions that can be asked with the interviewers to understand their knowledge, whether how they are understanding the cloud environment or how they are going to understand the end user. So moving ahead, demand forecasting. This stage is the organization's attempt at predicting its future computing resources. The same thing which I was talking about, it is saying the same thing. We have to forecast the things. If I am going to apply this policy, I am going to apply this setting, how it is going to affect the end user. We should keep that thought in in your mind before creating anything, creating any policy or any restriction or giving any access to any user or any group. Then designing configuration, this process determines which new feature you use and how to incorporate them into the overall plan. The new tools, resources, settings can dramatically simplify configuration process. So designing configuration means there are a number of applications also which you can use. If anyone have heard about IME, Intune Management Extension.
Yes, that's the
Yeah. Anyone else? Intune Management Extension. I discussed it about it
Mm.
in the first introduction session. I was just giving the brief of it. I see Arun has unmuted him. So Arun, any
Mm.
comment from your end?
Usually for troubleshooting purpose, we will evaluate the IME logs for that one for any
Okay,
applications.
okay, okay, okay. So IME is an tool or is an service we call it. So we deploy that service once the device will be enrolled. That service will be auto enabled in the device. So that service is a part of design configuration when you are designing your environment. So that is a tool which is allowing you to publish the application and whatever you are publishing from Intune, from your portal, okay, from your console, that is really getting applied to the device or not. So that's the part of IME, Intune Management Extension. It works as a broker between your policy what you are sending from here, and in the endpoint it will work in as a broker in between. It will go and tell to the device, hey, this policy is coming to you, you are going to accept it, then I will means restart my service or I will sync myself so that you can use this service. So IME is going to receive everything, means just an example, IME going to absorb everything which you are sending through Intune, and then it will ask the endpoint, and it will authenticate and everything it will done with the certificate in the backend, and then it will push everything. So that's the part, and that's the work of Intune. So
good.
So purchasing involves getting personal material services. So these things you can read, not very much important. Everyone knows about it, so I'm not discussing much about it. Hardware typically represents approximately half the cost in the purchase phase of the computer life cycle. So what kind of hardware you gonna use it? So I'm not promoting anyone as here. So you can use Lenovo, Dell, HP. Okay, so it depends upon the organization requirement. So mainly companies are using Dell laptops, if you will talk about, because of their hardware and because of their TPM. I have introduced a new word which we will be discussing once we will be discussing about the encryption part. Anyone knows about TPM? What is TPM?
Threat protection module.
Yeah, is it a software, hardware?
Hardware. It's a hardware thing on the
Yeah.
device.
Okay. So there is a big story behind TPM also. So we will be covering once we'll be going through the encryption. It is usually used for the encryption of the drives. Am I right, Abhishek?
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving ahead, software costs include productivity application antivirus. So what kind of antivirus you are going to use? There are organizations, small organizations, they do not use the antiviruses application, but big organizations, if they are having more devices in their environment, they are going to use the antiviruses applications as well. So anyone give me some antivirus software example?
Avast, Microsoft
Crow-
360.
CrowdStrike,
CrowdStrike. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Symantec.
Trend Micro,
Okay, Sentinel one.
EDR also, right?
EDR, I'm not sure, I haven't, I
And
have heard for the first time
No.
actually.
EDR is
same.
different.
Okay,
You can use
Okay, so moving ahead. So these are the antiviruses part. We should understand the antivirus thing as well. And coming to the accessories. So accessories includes various computers related supplies such as cables. So this is also not very much important. Understanding about deployment process. The chosen deployment method will directly affect the overall deployment cost. Additional cost. So this also we should understand that if we are going to use any method, so how it is going to be cost saving and cost consumption, how it is going to do the cost consumption as well. Then comes the hardware staging. So hardware staging means how you gonna deploy the hardware, how you gonna store it, how gonna pack it, and, or how you gonna manage the inventory. So it is talking from the IT engineer perspective, not from Intune administrator perspective, but it is important to understand. So we have covered till 4 units in here, and now I think it is getting boring for everyone. I will stop here. We will continue tomorrow, 4 to 6 again, and we will be learning few more things. And I will also be checking that device why it is not syncing. Then I will give an example again for that. If anybody have any questions, I can take it up, or we are good to drop now for today.
Yeah, Vipin, I was just wanting to let you know that if you can share the
Mm-hmm.
links or anything like that, which I can go through because I missed. Like this is the first time I'm having this session, right? Initially, we did only for 20 minutes in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
separate.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll be sharing the documents, no worries. I will be sharing the learning materials or need notes what we have learned till now, so that at least you can go through it and you can remember the things, because as we will be connecting after 1 week again, so you might forget the things in between.
Mhm.
So I'll be sharing that content to read and
Okay,
understand.
okay, got it.
Okay. Anything else from anyone?
Guys, yeah, I think, guys, one question from my side.
Yeah, 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 Anish.
Currently in market, do we have a role specific to Intune admin, or do we need to learn this Exchange, SharePoint, and Teams as well?
So if you are talking about Intune roles, so there are companies means if you are into some company and you are hired as a Intune administrator, so just make it sure that they won't ask you to do the Intune task only. They might ask you to just get the KT or knowledge transfer for other work, other cloud technology that can be Azure or Active Directory, and they might ask you to work
Right.
upon that profile as well. So it totally depends that for what role they are hiring you. So it depends upon the organization requirement.
And Vipin, sorry to interrupt. The thing is, कि if I am applying to Intune job, there are many openings for SCCM and Intune mainly.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So SCCM and Intune, why it is called?
They need the knowledge. They need the knowledge of SCCM also. And some companies they didn't migrate to Intune yet, though, so they need the SCCM knowledge also.
So SCCM is a old technology as Intune. Just SCCM is on premise and Intune is on cloud. So there is only one difference. From
Mhm.
SCCM, yeah,
But
from
they
SCCM, yeah, yeah. You are
they
break.
need the
But
hands-on
I think
knowledge
it
in
is gonna
SCCM.
deprecate in 2027, right?
Yeah, by
As
2027, yeah, SCCM has said that there are the few services that they will stop, but it is not going to stop fully. But talking about future in 5 to 10 years, it is going to be it is going to be decommissioned. So if you are talking about that SCCM and
Vipin,
Intune,
will you be taking about the my uh, no like will you be going through the migration also from
yeah, yeah,
different?
migration part, yeah, I'll be explaining that thing also. Means
Okay.
not from the SCCM perspective, but from the cloud or Intune perspective, I'll be explaining.
Okay, fine. from the different platform.
Yeah, from the different platforms. So there are options available in Intune. You can do the connectors, you can install the token connectors, and you can perform the things.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Anything else from anyone? Okay,
No, Vipin, I'm good.
I hope we are good